When we think of the year 1250, we usually picture the crowded streets of London or Paris. We rarely ever picture the American Midwest. But just across the Mississippi River from modern-day St. Louis stood an ancient metropolis with a larger population than either of those European capitals. This was Cahokia, an urban center home to nearly 20,000 people, anchored by an organized network of 120 towering earthen pyramids. The city's centerpiece was a massive 10-story platform. Constructing it required digging up and transporting an estimated 55 million cubic feet of earth. Because they had no draft animals or wheeled carts, every ounce of that soil was carried entirely by hand in woven baskets over decades of continuous labor. Yet when European explorers arrived in the region, this immense capital was completely empty. The builders had vanished, leaving behind only silent, grass-covered mounds. Evidence of a planned urban capital challenges the old assumption that early North American life was strictly decentralized or mobile. It reveals that the logistical complexities of high-density living, centralized labor, resource management, and social zoning were being navigated in the Midwest centuries before the first European arrivals. Cahokia did not grow through centuries of slow, gradual expansion. Around the year 1050, the floodplain experienced a massive, sudden surge of urbanization. Archaeologists refer to this rapid construction as the Big Bang. Thousands of people from diverse tribal groups across the continent migrated to the area. They left behind smaller, scattered villages to participate in an entirely new, highly concentrated way of living together. They built a city that operated on a strict grid. The entire layout was governed by cosmological alignments. A massive circle of wooden posts, Woodhenge, acted as a solar calendar, tracking the sun and stars. Radiating outward were 4 artificially leveled plazas anchoring the north, south, east, and west axes of the city, mirroring a 4-directional worldview. Executing a cosmic blueprint on this scale requires strict control. It indicates a highly organized central authority, capable of mobilizing, housing, and directing tens of thousands of diverse immigrants under a single vision. That authority extended far beyond the city limits. Trade networks funneled exotic materials into the capital, bringing copper from the Great Lakes, shark teeth from the Gulf Coast, and specialized tools from distant quarries. The capital exported its culture in return. Ritual games like Chunky, where players threw spears at a rolling stone disc, spread outward alongside specific pottery styles, extending Cahokia's religious influence across the continent. Maintaining that kind of cultural dominance required absolute power. The reality of how the city's leaders enforced their status became clear during the excavation of a ridgetop burial site known as Mound 72. At the center of the mound lay a prominent male figure. He was laid to rest on a massive cape crafted from 10,000 marine shell beads, arranged in the shape of a falcon. This Birdman burial illustrates the supreme, almost divine status granted to the city's highest elites. Surrounding this elite figure was a staggering display of violence. Archaeologists uncovered the sacrificed bodies of over 50 young women, arranged in neat rows, along with a mass grave of 40 men who showed clear signs of violent execution. The massive pyramids drew people in, while public executions kept them in line. Monumental architecture and mass human sacrifice functioned together as highly visible psychological tools of political terror, ensuring strict order within a crowded city. By the late 1100s, the strict order holding the massive population together began to violently unravel. A large, walled residential and ritual precinct in the East St. Louis area of the city was suddenly burned to the ground. Archaeologists view this massive conflagration as a strong indicator of severe social unrest and targeted rebellion. In response to the rising tension, Cahokia's leaders initiated an enormous defensive project. They ordered the construction of a heavy 2-mile-long wooden palisade equipped with guard towers, specifically designed to enclose and protect the city's central elite core. But this wall came at a severe cost. Rather than simply surrounding the perimeter, the palisade was built by cutting directly through existing neighborhoods. It physically severed communities and divided the diverse immigrant population into those inside the protective barrier and those left outside. Over the course of the 13th century, the city's total population contracted. As the wooden palisade decayed and required replacement, it was repeatedly rebuilt to enclose smaller and smaller sections of the center, abandoning outer neighborhoods completely. Building a barrier in this way changes the function of the city. When leaders prioritize a secure zone by physically dismantling the homes of their own citizens, the capital ceases to be a single, cohesive community. Political unrest was amplified by severe environmental strain. Sediment analysis reveals that the region experienced catastrophic flooding events during this period. At the same time, maintaining the massive population and constant palisade construction had severely depleted local timber resources and exhausted the surrounding soils. To feed its massive population, the city relied almost entirely on intensively farmed maize. But eating high volumes of corn requires a specific chemical process to unlock essential nutrients. This process is called nixtamalization, soaking the corn in an alkaline solution to make it nutritious. Archaeological evidence suggests the later Cahokians failed to consistently use this technique. Without it, their heavy maize diet led to severe malnutrition, triggering deadly outbreaks of pellagra among the lower classes. Plagued by failing crops, internal violence, and disease, the residents simply walked away. By 1350, the grand metropolis was abandoned. No conquering army marched in to destroy it. The population dispersed to form new, smaller communities elsewhere, leaving the unsustainable system behind. Many of the mounds closest to the river were eventually leveled and used for construction fill as the modern city of St. Louis grew. But the massive central core survived, preserved today as a revered heritage site for contemporary Native American descendant communities. Cahokia's trajectory shows that high-density urban stability relies on a delicate balance between engineering and the environment. Once that balance tipped, the most ambitious city in North America could no longer sustain its own weight. Follow for more histories of how power shapes the world.